You are listening to SDO Isabela Radio-Based Instruction.
Learning never stops in Math Eskwela, your school on air.
Your partner in achieving fun learning experiences. Let's listen, enjoy, and have fun in learning mathematics. Stay tuned.
A pleasant day, grade 6 learners. How are you today? I hope you're all excited for today's lesson, aren't you? I am Teacher Eileen Joy Mora, your radio teacher for today's episode of the School on Air for grade 6 mathematics. I believe today is a great day. Are you excited to learn? I am glad to guide you as we go through your new lesson. I know you are now excited for today's episode, but before we start, let us prepare ourselves first by checking if everything that you need is there. Do you have pens and notebooks with you? Good! Are you sitting in a comfortable place? Very good! Is the radio reception clear? Nice! So everything is ready, but the most important thing that you need to prepare is your mind, ear, and heart. That's great! Congratulations! I believe you are well prepared. Before we proceed to a fresh learning episode, what did we learn last time? Very good! Last time, we talked about defining and illustrating ratio and proportion using concrete or pictorial models. What is ratio again? Can you still remember?
Yes!
Exactly! Ratio is defined as the comparison of sizes of two quantities of the same unit. What about proportion? Very good! Proportion refers to the equality of two ratios. The ratio is an expression while proportion is an equation. The ratio is represented by a colon sign between the quantities compared. How can we check if the two ratios are proportion? Great! To check if two ratios are proportion, multiply the means and the extremes. Always remember that the two ratios are proportion if the product of means is equal to the product of extremes. Amazing grade 6 learners! It seems you are now ready for another learning episode of your mathematics journey. You deserve a round of applause. That is a quick review of our past lesson. Grade 6 learners, are you still there? Great! I have a question for you. Did you help your parents in doing the household chores? Great! What have you noticed if all the members of your family work together? Exactly! If all the members of your family work together, the works are easily done. Today, our discussion is finding a missing term in a direct proportion, inverse proportion, and partitive proportion. Let us first discuss direct proportion. Direct proportion states that when one variable increases, the other value increases also. Example, the ratio of the areas of two triangles is 4:6. Again, that's 4:6. The area of the smaller is 24 square centimeters. What is the area of the bigger triangle? To solve that, we need to write the given in the mathematical sentence. So, we have 4:6 equals to 24 is to n or unknown. The next step is for us to identify the extremes and means. 4 and n are the extremes, while 6 and 24 are the means. Next, if you multiply the extreme 4 and n, then what is the product? Correct, we have 4n. Then multiply the means 6 and 24, and the product is? Exactly, we have 144. Next, equate the means and extremes. 4n equals 144. Again, 4n equals 144. Then, solve for the missing term by dividing 144 by 4. So what is the final answer? Correct, we have 36. N is equal to 36. Is it clear? Yeah! Great! So the missing term is 36. There is also an alternative solution, which is the cross multiplication. All you have to do is to change the mathematical sentence to fraction. 4 over 6 equals 24 over n. Then, do the cross multiplication. Multiply 4 and n, so we have 4n. Then, multiply 6 and 24, so we have 144. Then, divide 144 to 4, so we got 36. Did you understand?
Yes!
Nice! Now, we are done with direct proportion using two solutions. We can now move on to the next. Are you still with me?
Yes!
Great! Now, let's have inverse proportion. Inverse proportion states that when one value increases, the other value decreases and vice versa. That simply means if more persons work together, it is easier to finish the job, while if less persons work together, the work will take it longer to finish the job. Example, if 15 girls can do a piece of work in 8 days, how long will it take 5 girls to do it? Do you think the piece of work is easily done or it takes longer? Exactly. Therefore, more days will the 5 girls to finish the job. By how? Formulate equation in an inverse proportion. 15 girls can do the job in 8 days, while 5 girls can do the job in n days. Now, we need to find how long will it take the 5 girls to do it. So, the equation is 15 is to 5 equals 8 is to n. Invert the second quantity to form 15 is to 5 equals n is to 8. Then, we can now apply the principle of proportion. Because if you are going to write the equation the same as the direct proportion, then it will lead you to wrong solution. Let's now multiply the extremes. 15 times 8. Correct. We got 120. Then, multiply the means 5 times n. Exactly, we have 5n. Next, equate the means and extremes. 120 equals 5n. Finally, solve for the missing term by dividing 120 by 5. So what is the final answer? Correct! We have 24. Therefore, it takes 24 days for 5 girls to finish the job. Did you understand?
Yes!
That's awesome! This time, let's have partitive proportion. It involves classifying part of a whole based on a given ratio being divided or distributed into two or more equal parts. Example: the ratio of the boys to girls in a class is 6:10. That's 6:10. If there are 48 grade 6 pupils in a class, how many boys are there? To solve this, form a mathematical sentence by equating the addends in a given total. Since we don't know the constant of proportionality, we let n, which means that 6n is the number of boys and 10n is the number of girls. So our mathematical sentence is 6n plus 10n equals 48. To solve this, we just add 6n and 10n. What did we get? Correct! We got 16n. Then solve for the missing term by dividing 48 by 16. So we have... Correct! We have 3. That is not yet the final answer because we just got the value of n. Next, we need to substitute the value of n to 6n and 10n. So, we have 6 times 3 is 18 and 10 times 3 equals 30. Therefore, there are 18 boys and there are 30 girls. So the final answer is there are 18 boys in the class. Did you get how partitive proportion works? That's awesome! Alright, let's have a quick recall of what we have learned a while back. What kind of proportion states that when value increases, the other value increases also? Correct! That is direct proportion. How about the proportion that involves classifying part of a whole based on a given ratio being divided or distributed into two or more equal parts? Exactly! That is partitive proportion. Then what is inverse proportion? Correct! Inverse proportion states that when one value increases, the other value decreases, and vice versa. Did you understand?
Yeah!
I hope you do. Now that we are done with our discussion, let's check your knowledge in finding missing term in a direct proportion, inverse proportion, and partitive proportion. On a half sheet of paper, write your name, grade level, and section. Here's how you will answer each item. Form a mathematical sentence and solve the problem. Let's start. For number 1, a package promo allows 3 persons to ride on a zip line for 750 pesos. How much will 12 friends pay to ride on a zip line? I repeat, a package promo allows 3 persons to ride on a zip line for 750 pesos. How much will 12 friends pay to ride on a zip line? Are you ready for number 2? Here it is. If 6 men can plow a field into 2 days, how long will 3 men do it? Again, if 6 men can plow a field into 2 days, how long will 3 men do it? Ready for number 3? Here it is. Anna and May won in a duet singing contest. They shared the cash prize in the ratio 2:4 respectively. If the prize is 12,000, how much should each of them share? Again, Anna and May won in a duet singing contest. They shared the cash prize in the ratio 2:4 respectively. If the prize is 12,000, how much should each of them share? Here's for number 4. The bus fare for an 80-kilometer trip is 65 pesos. How much is the bus fare for a 320-kilometer trip? I repeat, the bus fare for an 80-kilometer trip is 65 pesos. How much is the bus fare for 320-kilometer trip? Here's for number 5. Chris and Danny receive votes in the ratio 3:4 respectively. If the total votes is 224, how many votes did Chris receive? Again, Chris and Danny receive votes in the ratio 3:4 respectively. If the total votes is 224, how many votes did Chris receive? I'll give you a minute to finish all those problems. Then, you will hear a bell that signifies your time is up and prepare yourself for a check-in. Alright, are you done? Let's now check your answers. Remember that you are the one to check your answer. Therefore, you have to check it honestly, okay? Let's start with number 1. The correct answer is 3,000 pesos. Did you get it right? Let's have number 2. The correct answer is 4 days. Let's check your third answer. That's right, that's 4,000 is to 8,000. How about for number 4? That's right, it's 260 pesos. Let's check your fifth answer. The correct answer for number 5 is 96 votes for a quiz. Now count the correct answer. Write your score in the upper right portion of your paper. Who got a perfect score? Congratulations! How about those who got 4? That's good. For those who got 3 and below, don't worry, there is another time to get a high score. All you have to do is continue listening attentively. Make it sure that your answer sheets will be dropped by your parents or guardians following the health protocols. For you to master the lesson, There are remaining activities provided on your self-learning modules or learning activity sheets. If you have queries or problems, you may send a message through text or messenger or call your advisor and subject teacher through their contact details provided in your self-learning kits. And that concludes our fruitful episode for this morning. I hope you've learned a lot today. On behalf of the scriptwriter, Teacher Noel B. Calleja, together with the whole SDO Isabela RBI production team, once again, this is your radio teacher, Eileen Joy Mora. Until next time, God bless and stay safe, everyone.
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela!
Tayo na!